Hi everyone, I'm going to show you how to create a used car lot database. As you noticed in my illustration here, I have quite a few cars, and real used car lot could have hundreds of cars. Notice I have a lot of information about these cars. And one piece of information I'm going to call your attention to is the used car lot, the vehicle number. This is the one number that is unique to every single vehicle. You can have a lot of red Chevys and a lot of white Buicks, but you can only have one car with its own ID number. And that's going to be called the key field. It's how we keep each piece of information unique to its own record. So let's begin how to create a Access database. Click on Start, come up to Access, and we want a blank database. It's already selected. And in the file name, we have to name this file. Even before you do anything, Access makes you save it. And I'm going to call this the used car database, and you'll call it with your name after it. All right. Well, let me just put, for example, if your name is Janice Smith, you'll type Janice Smith. Okay. And now, where are you going to save it? That's the question. You click on the browse, the file folder that says Browse, and then you navigate to where you want to save it. I'm saving mine on the desktop. I'm saving it in a file folder called Access Assignments. You can save it where you want, but I'm saving it where I know where it is, and you should save yours where you know where it is. Click OK. Now we're ready to create the document. Click Create. Now, the first thing you must do is make sure you click on the All Access Objects button and make certain that it shows Object Type is checked off and All Access Objects checked off. If you don't do that, you may create reports and queries and not be able to find them when you're done, and that's because you haven't told it to show them. So there we are. Make sure All Objects is there. All right, so let's now begin by clicking on the View button and go to Design View. You must create it in Design View. Now, it says this is a table. What do you want to call this? And I want to call it my I like to do it in all caps, used car inventory. And I'll click OK. Now, notice that it is called the table, the used car inventory, and it's waiting for you to assign the key field or primary field. And as I told you, we're going to use the vehicle number because that's the one thing that is always different on every car in our lot is the vehicle number. So I'm going to put down field name is going to be vehicle number. I'm going to tab. What type of data is this? Well, the type of data is, this is a number, but if I choose number, it won't work if I assign letters to the vehicle number. And vehicles do have letters and numbers. So I'm going to have to choose the text field instead. I don't need a description, so I'll press tab on that. Now, after vehicle number, the next field I need is the year of the vehicle. Now watch what happens. I want to use the field name as year, but what happens is I get an error message that says this is a reserved word. You can't use that word. Access is full of these silly boxes that come up, so you just have to deal with it. Just click OK, and I'm going to change the name and I'm going to call it a year or vehicle. Press tab, and that's going to be definitely a number field. Text, tab, and the next field I need is what make it is, and that's going to be text, tab, and then I need to know what model it is, tab, that will be text, and then I need to know what style of the vehicle, tab, and that's text as well, tab. I need to know if there are any liens against the vehicle. And no, there aren't. Well, I mean, in this case, it doesn't matter. That's a text field, yes or no. Tab, and I want to know the engine. Whoops. Tab again. I want to know the engine size. Tab, and that's going to be definitely be a number because it's going to be a 4-cylinder, 4, 6, or 8. Tab, and I need to know how many miles per gallon it gets, and that's a number field. So I'll make that number and tab. Then I need to know, tab again, the color of the vehicle, tab, that's text, tab, and I need to know what mileage it has on it, and that will be a numeric field. Tab, and I need to know the condition of the vehicle, and I need to know the condition, and that's a text field. Tab, and I need to know what upholstery. What upholstery it has, and that's a text field, and that's it. Now, I'm going to do what you should do. I'm going to count how many field names I'm supposed to have. Now remember, I will give you all of these field names and what kind of data they are, so you won't have to think about that. Okay, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 fields. Now let me check my directions and see. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Uh-oh, I missed one. But that's okay. You can just add it on. And I should have had title. Does the car have a title? And that's yes or no, so that's text, and I go tab, and I'm done with creating the field. So I'm going to click the close box, and now do I want to save changes? Yes. Okay, so now, in order to enter the car lot information, this is a brand new lot, and car lot company hasn't been in business before, so we're going to enter the data into the inventory. So we double click, and we can enter the data. Now look, I'll be watching for this on all of your work. I can't read all of the title here, so I'm going to have to come up and widen this. I will take points off if I can't read the column headings, whether it's in the tables or reports or whatever, because you know your work is not useful unless others can use it, and it doesn't matter if you can read it. If other people can't, well then it's not usable. So make sure you make your columns wide enough. Okay, I'm going to come back. I'm going to go to vehicle number 1 here, and I will always give you the information of what to enter. All right, the first one is vehicle ID number is A214. And that's a 2005, and that's a Ford, and it's a 2-dash door, and style. Oops, I'm sorry, the model. Let me back up. It's a Ford, but the model. If I make a mistake, I can just go back and fix it. The model was a F250. F250 tab, and the style is that's a pickup. Pickup truck. Okay, leans against it. No, it's got an 8-cylinder engine. It gets 21 miles a gallon. Its color is white. It has 45,000 miles on it. Condition is good. The upholstery is cloth, and has the title yes, and that's vehicle number 1. So I press tab and I go back and enter vehicle number 2. That's A641, and that is a 2012, and that's a Buick, and that's a LaCrosse, and that is a SUV. And any leans? Nope. It has an 8-cylinder engine. It gets 23 miles a gallon. It's blue, and it has 21,000 miles on it. Condition is excellent, and it has leather upholstery, and has a title yes. And tab. Now I could continue on entering all 100 vehicles one at a time just like this. However, I'm going to keep this short and simple, so I'm going to enter into a few vehicles. So that's how you enter the first couple of vehicles at least. Anyway, okay, so let's now click the close box on the upper right hand corner and close out of the inventory. And do you want to save the changes? Click yes, you do. All right, now so let's go back to car inventory for a second, and you can see we have 2 vehicles in here. All right, now I don't like entering data in this mode because it goes way across the sheet and it's kind of difficult to deal with, I think. So I'm going to click the close box on that. Click close. And let's do this. Click on, with the used car lot inventory highlighted, click on the create button and go to form. click on the Form button. And now look, this is not a form that you can enter into data into yet. This is just a sample of what your form will look like. If you want to, you can move the data places around on the form, but I'm not going to do that. But I do see that the forms are pretty wide. I don't need all that space. So I'm going to come between to the right-hand end of vehicle, and I'm click and drag it over, and there we go. I need to have it has to be wide enough so all the names can fit. Like a long name, you know, if you have it too narrow, a long name won't fit. But you know, I want to have just a reasonable amount, maybe a little bit more. Okay, and on the other information, I'm going to click on up here, and click and drag it over because I don't need so much room there. So that's a good looking report. Now if you're satisfied with how it looks, remember you can't enter data in this. You can only set it up on how you want it to look. Looks okay to me, so I'm going to click the close button. Click close. And when I do, it says, do you want to save changes? And click yes. Now when you do that, it asks you, what do you want to name this form? Well, I want to call this the Vehicle Data Entry Form. And I'll click OK. Now you see I have another object. I have the inventory object and I have the forms object. Now I'm going to click on forms because I want to add more vehicles. So I'll double click. All right, now in order to enter a new one, see this is on record 1 of 2. If you look at the bottom, you see you're on record 1 of 2, and if you click the arrow, then you go to record 2 that I already entered. So if you want to enter a new record, it's usually just best to click on the home and click on where it says records new. And now you're ready to do the next vehicle. Okay, let me do a couple more. Bear with me for just a minute. So this is vehicle number H234, and it's a 2013, and it's a BMW, and it's a, I don't know, 325 Q model, whatever that is. Okay. 235Q model, and that's a 2-door, and there are no liens against it. The engine is an 8-cylinder with 31 miles a gallon. Color is red. Mileage is 12,000 miles. Condition is excellent, and the upholstery is leather. And title, yes. I want to enter another one, so I just press the tab key and I can enter another one. And I'll just do one more. And this one is C125, and it's a 2006, and it's a Lincoln Town Car, and it's a 4-door, and there are no liens against it. It has an 8-cylinder engine. It gets 31 miles a gallon, and it's white, and its mileage is 67,000. Whoops, 67,000. Make sure you're accurate. Condition is excellent. Upholstery is leather, and title yes, and so forth. You can enter as many as you wish. I'll press the tab key and I could enter another one. Let me go back now to the inventory table. Click here, and now you see all the vehicles that I've entered are there. Remember, before I only had the first 2 entered, and in the form entry I entered more. So whether you enter the information in the inventory method or the form method, it's up to you, as long as you enter in the proper data. Okay, now one more thing that I wanted to show you before I close out is this. I'm going to go to vehicle entry form here, and I want to enter one more vehicle. You need to check something before I do that. Okay, 214. Okay, now I'm going to enter vehicle number A214, came in today, and its year is 2005 Ford model 2-door truck. Okay. And liens against it, no. Engine, 8-cylinder, miles per gallon, 21. Color, green. Mileage, 12,000. And condition, good. Upholstery, cloth. And title, To make a correction in upholstery, just click back on it and fix it. Tab and title, yes. Now watch what happens when I press the tab key to enter a new one. Oh, I get this error message. It says the changes requested to the table were not successful because they would create a duplicate value in the index primary key or relationship. Change the data. I don't know why they put in these meaningless, silly dialog boxes. The message, if I was writing a software, would simply say, hey, you entered a duplicate vehicle number. Remember I told you each vehicle has its own unique number? Well, I already used A214 before, and I just entered it a second time on purpose just to show you what will happen if you enter the wrong data. And instead of being straightforward in the dialog boxes, they get confusing. So just trust me on this, do the best you can, give me a call if you need any help. So I'll click OK, and the answer is this should have had a different vehicle number. I'm going to do R234, and as you see now, the data will enter properly. Tab to the end, and there it is. Okay, and I'll go back to use car lot, and you can see that the data is all in there now. Okay, so that's all. Let's close the database out and close it and save changes. And now that I've closed it and saved the changes, I'll go back to my car inventory, and you'll see there's the Ford that I just entered. If you enter the data, unless you close it, it doesn't show up until you close it. So there you go. I'll click close. Good luck. If you need any help, give me a call. Thank you. Bye.